Welcome back to our course Network Theory and Transmission Lines. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss about the minimum attenuation, and we are going to obtain the expression for the condition of minimum attenuation, and we are going to discuss about different parameters with respect to the lossless transmission line. So these are the outcomes of our presentation. So by the end of this lecture, you can able to obtain the condition for minimum attenuation, able to obtain the expressions for different parameters for lossless line. So why this condition for minimum attenuation? Why this minimum attenuation condition? So that means, so here we are having, for a transmission line is concerned, we are going to have different parameters. So we are having the secondary parameters and also the primary parameters. So coming to this, so here if you take a transmission line, we are having primary constant R, L, G and C. So what is going to be the relation between these four parameters, the primary constant values R, L, G and C? What are the values of the line should be considered, or any conditions are there to maintain the attenuation as minimum as possible? So what is going to be there? So for that, so let us take, I think we are already derived the attenuation constant, the value for the attenuation constant alpha. We already derived the attenuation constant alpha, that is alpha is equal to, what is this? Rg minus omega square Lc plus root over Rg minus omega square Lc whole square plus omega square into Lg plus Rc whole square. So this is the value for alpha. So if it is beta, it is going to be minus Rg plus omega square Lc. So that is what the simple equation to remember with respect to the differentiation of alpha and beta. So now coming to here, alpha, so to make this alpha independent of frequency, so when we can achieve minimum attenuation means when the signal is propagating through a line, so with respect to frequency, that is with respect to the time when the signal is not getting deteriorated with respect to the x, the distance x along the frequency, right? So along the line, if you consider a transmission line along the distance of x, right? So with respect to the frequency, if it is independent of the frequency, the signal which we are sending to the line is independent of the frequency, then we can say we can achieve the, we can have the minimum attenuation in this line. So that is the reason why I am taking here the alpha is going to get independent of frequency. Then to make this alpha independent of frequency, what is the frequency term in this equation? Omega is the frequency term, because omega is nothing but the angular frequency, which is equal to 2 pi f, right? So this is the term which we are having. Omega is the term in the equation which is going to depend on the frequency, right? So for this, to make this alpha independent of the frequency, if you look at the closely observe this equation, we are having Rg minus omega square Lc here. So to make this independent of frequency, this omega square Lc should get cancelled over here. So for that, what we can do here is, so this Rg minus this whole term, this complete term which is of the multiple of frequency over here, this Rg minus omega square Lc, so this is Rg is there, so this is the omega square Lc, this is the frequency term, and this is complete term is the frequency term. So this should be, this complete thing should be equal to Rg plus omega square Lc whole square. Why whole square? Because here we are having a root over. So that is the reason why. If so, we will make this expression forcibly equal to the Rg plus omega square Lc whole square. So then only we can have the minimum attenuation condition, because then only the signal is going to be independent of the frequency, right? So now, so if we make this equal to Rg plus omega square Lc whole square, then we can have the expression like, so if we split this one, so what is this? Here Rg plus omega square Lc is there. Rg plus omega square Lc. So I am writing here. So, so this side is Rg plus omega square Lc whole square. So right hand side is this expression. So this is the condition I have taken. Rg plus omega square Lc whole square. So same case applies for the distortionless line also. If there is of distortion free, we should make this one. That means the signal should be independent of the frequency. So then here, so this is with respect to the RHS side, and if you take this left hand side, Rg minus omega square Lc whole square. So A minus B whole square formula, simply I am expanding this, R square G square plus B square, that means omega power 4 L square C square minus 2 into Rg into omega square Lc plus, and here we are having L square G square. So if we expand this Lg plus Cr whole square, we are going to have A plus B whole square. So here A square is nothing but L square G square into omega square, and here Cr square. So C square R square into omega square, because it is a multiple of omega square, plus 2 omega square, 2 omega square, because here it is a omega square, 2 omega square Lc into Rg, or Lg into Rc. Lc Rg we are having. So this is what the expansion of this equation. So from this, here onwards, just simple is just a simplification. So just making this term of independent of frequency, we are taking this and we are simplifying. Just simplification is there. So then, so from this, if you look at here, so if we expand this one closely, if you observe this closely, we can see, so left hand side R square G square is there, right hand side R square G square is there, and here omega power 4 L square C square is there, and omega power 4 L square C square is there, and here minus 2 omega square LC Rg is there, here plus 2 omega square LC Rg is there. So finally we are going to have omega square L square G square plus omega square C square R square minus 2 omega square LC Rg. So which is going to be equal to, so what is going to be equal to? So which is going to be equal to this one. So the same terms, the left hand side 2 terms are pending, I am writing the same. So from this we can write, what we can write? This one, omega square L square G square plus just bringing the right hand side term to the left hand side. Then we can see here, this is of the form here. So here we can see it is of the multiple of omega square. If we take, then we are going to have Lg minus Rc whole square, A minus B whole square. If we take the omega square as a common over here, then we can have Lg minus Rc whole square. So then Lg is equal to Cr. So from this we can write R by L is equal to G by C. This is one of the methodology to get the minimum attenuation of a line. Condition for minimum attenuation of a line. So what is that condition now? The condition for the minimum attenuation is R by L is equal to G by C. So this is the one of the important, very important condition to remember, for not only for solving the problems. So for the short answer questions also, this condition is very important. Condition for a minimum attenuation, which is nothing but R by L is equal to G by C. Right. So from this, now let us discuss with this parameter, what are the different parameters, how we can obtain for the lossless line. Lossless line. So lossless transmission line. So coming to this lossless line, so this lossless line is defined as the transmission line which is going to have the no line resistance and no dielectric loss. That means there is no loss from the sending to the receiving end. So this is going to obviously implies that the conductors which is going to act like a perfect one, and also that is the dielectric acts like a perfect dielectric. That means we can say this is a perfect transmission line. Lossless line means is a perfect transmission line. So for lossless line, obviously the resistance should be equal to 0. If there is no dielectric loss, that means G is nothing but the shunt conductance, which is nothing but the which is going to give the leakage current. This is going to be the leakage current between the spacing of the dielectric, right? This spacing of the line, which is we are going to use the dielectric medium, that due to the dielectric medium only we are going to have this shunt conductance. So because of the shunt conductance we are going to have the leakage current. So obviously if the dielectric loss is 0, so then obviously the leakage is going to be 0 here. So that is the reason why this, for a lossless line, R and G both are going to be 0. So one may have a doubt like this for the lossless line, whether it may exist practically or not. So obviously 100% we can say the lossless line 100% there is no practically, we may not have the lossless transmission line or a lossless medium, right? So now, so that means this kind of analysis may be useful to interpret the conditions or to analyze the different parameters with respect to the low loss transmission line, just for low loss transmission line. So to correlate these parameters with respect to the low loss transmission line analysis, we are going to use these conditions, right? So that is the reason why for a low loss transmission line, what are the parameters, how much loss and all. For those kind of things, we are going to analyze this. What are the parameters for the lossless transmission line? What are the parameters for the lossless transmission line? So let us derive the expression for the lossless transmission line. So let us take the important parameter, that is the characteristic impedance. So if you go to the characteristic impedance, the expression which we have already derived for the characteristic impedance is nothing but Z0 is equal to square root of Z by Y. So Z0 is the characteristic impedance here, and Z is nothing but the series impedance, which is equal to R plus J omega L, and divided by the shunt conductance, that is nothing but the Y, which is equal to G plus J omega C. So if we as it is the lossless transmission line, if we substitute R is equal to 0 and G is equal to 0 here, obviously what we are going to have here, root over J omega L by J omega C. So if we J omega and J omega are getting cancelled here, so then obviously this is going to be 0 over here. So this one and this one is going to get cancelled over here. Then we are going to have root over L by C. So that means the characteristic impedance of a lossless transmission line is a purely real part. It is a purely real one, real value. It is a purely real value. Right? So similarly, let us look into the other parameter, that is the propagation constant. So we have already derived the expression for propagation constant, that is nothing but P is equal to alpha plus J beta, which is equal to root over R plus J omega L into G plus J omega C. So now substituting the lossless line conditions, that is R is equal to 0 and G is equal to 0 over here. So we are going to have the expression like root over, if R is equal to 0, this is going to be 0 over here, and G is equal to 0 over here. So we are going to have J omega L into J omega C. So which is going to be equal to minus omega square LC. So if we want to bring this minus outside of the root, then we can have P is equal to J omega root over LC. J omega root over LC. So this is going to be the condition for propagation constant for a lossless transmission. Propagation constant for a lossless transmission line. So now let us look into the other parameter. So we know that this P is nothing but which is equal to alpha plus J beta. alpha plus j beta. Remember this alpha plus j beta, we will come back to this one. So now let us look into the other one. So obviously from this we can write it is a multiple of the complex here, so it is nothing but the propagation constant of a lossless transmission line is purely imaginary value, because it is a j omega root over LC. So that is why it is a purely imaginary value. So let us go and derive the value for phase constant beta. So phase constant beta, so which is nothing but, so we know the value of beta, which is equal to omega square LC minus Rg plus root over Rg minus omega square LC whole square plus omega square into Lg plus Rc whole square divided by 2. So this expression we have derived in the last lecture. So from this, so now substitute in the lossless line conditions, R is equal to 0 and G is equal to 0. Substitute R is equal to 0 and G is equal to 0. This is going to be 0 and this is going to be 0 and this one is going to be 0. So this complete term is going to be 0. So then what is going to have here is, so omega square LC plus root over omega square LC whole square. So the minus whole square means obviously it is going to become plus, so omega square LC whole square. So whole square and this root over is going to get cancelled. Then we are going to have omega square LC minus 0 plus root over omega square LC whole square plus 0 by 2, which is equal to, so omega square LC plus this root over and square is going to get cancelled. Then we are going to have 2 omega square LC by 2. So then we can write, bringing the omega square outside, so then this 2 and 2 is going to get cut off here, and this omega square, if you bring outside, it is going to become omega. So then we can write the beta value as omega root over LC. So this is going to be the phase constant value of the phase constant for a lossless transmission line. Lossless transmission line. The same equations can be interpreted with respect to the distortionless line conditions also, the same values, because for the distortionless line also R is going to be equal to 0 and G is going to be equal to 0. So then now let us move to the other parameter, that is the phase constant, sorry, the attenuation constant. So the attenuation constant alpha, so obviously we are having, so P is equal to j omega root over LC, j omega root over LC, and we have derived the value for beta, which this value is nothing but which is equal to alpha plus j beta, alpha plus j beta, right? So and we have already derived the value for beta just now for a lossless line. What is beta value? So we have beta is equal to omega root over LC, omega root over LC. So and P we already derived, that is nothing but j omega root over LC. So that means from this we can easily write, so alpha plus j beta, so that means this is the value for j beta, so that means we can write alpha is nothing but here 0. The same thing can be observed if we go through this one. So if we take the equation for alpha here and if we substitute the same thing, L is equal to R is equal to 0 and G is equal to 0, the same thing we can obtain here. So here this is going to be 0 here and this is going to be 0, so minus omega square LC, so it is going to become plus omega square LC, and this complete term is going to get 0. And then we are having only, so the alpha is going to be minus omega square LC plus omega square LC. So this root over is going to be plus omega square LC, so which is going to be equal to 0. So alpha, that means the attenuation constant alpha is going to be equal to 0 for a lossless transmission line, and the same is going to apply for the distortionless line also. So now let us go through the parameters voltage and current. If you derive the expression for voltage and current, already let us take, if we take the infinity line also no issues, or if we take the general equations also no problem. So let us take, for convenience, let us take the infinity line voltage and current expressions. So we have V is equal to Vsi into e power minus Px, where V is the voltage and Vsi is the sending end voltage. This is the overall voltage of the lossless line, so the transmission line, and P is nothing but here the propagation constant. So from this we know that P is equal to j omega root over LC. So but beta is equal to omega root over LC. So that means we can write V is equal to Vsi into e power P is nothing but minus j beta. So here P is nothing but the j beta. For a lossless line P is equal to j beta, because we got the value P is nothing but j omega root over LC. So we got the value P is equal to, obviously P is nothing but j omega root over LC. But we know that beta value is equal to omega root over LC. So that means this can be expressed as j P is equal to j beta. P is equal to j beta. So simply substituting that value here, P is equal to j beta. So I can write for a lossless line, Vsi is equal to minus j beta x. So since P is equal to alpha plus j beta, and alpha is going to be equal to 0, and which is nothing but j beta, right? You can express either of the way. And if you go for the other expression, the current, the same thing is going to apply for the current also. The current is I is equal to ISI into e power minus Px, so which is going to be equal to ISI into e power minus j beta x, where here P is nothing but the propagation constant, ISI is nothing but the sending end current. So ISI into beta. So because alpha is equal to 0, so obviously P is going to be equal to j beta. Substituting P is equal to j beta, right? So now let us go for the other parameter, that is the wavelength. So we already got the expression for the wavelength, we already derived this one. The wavelength lambda is equal to 2 pi by beta. For a lossless line, when R is equal to G is equal to 0, we have beta is equal to omega root over LC. If beta is equal to omega root over LC, so substituting the beta is here as omega root over LC, 2 pi by omega root over LC here. So we know that omega is nothing but equal to 2 pi f. Now substituting this omega is equal to 2 pi f in this equation, we are having 2 pi and 2 pi is going to get cancelled over here. Then we are going to having lambda is equal to 1 by f root over LC. So this is the expression for the wavelength of a line when it is lossless. When it is lossless, right? Now let us look into the other parameter, that is velocity. Velocity of propagation, or phase velocity, or wave velocity. So we already derived the expression for phase velocity, that is Vp is equal to omega by beta, where omega is the angular frequency and beta is nothing but your phase constant. So as we are deriving here for a lossless line, we are having R is equal to 0 and G is equal to 0. For R is equal to 0 and G is equal to 0, we have beta is equal to omega root over LC. So if you substitute the same thing here, omega by beta is equal to omega root over LC. So beta is equal to omega root over LC means here beta and beta is going to get cut off here. As we are having beta, I am just substituting the beta value over here. So then we are having the expression like Vp is equal to 1 by root over LC. So this is the expression for the phase velocity of the lossless transmission line. Phase velocity of the lossless transmission line. Right. So we have already obtained different parameters. Just substituting the R is equal to 0 and G is equal to 0 for a lossless line condition. Or we can go for alpha is equal to 0. The same thing can be applied for the distortionless line conditions also. The conditions for distortionless line. So characteristic impedance, propagation constant, wave velocity or phase velocity, wavelength, and voltage and the current equations. Right? These are the very important parameters which we have to obtain for a lossless line and also for a distortionless line. So the content of this presentation I have taken from this Umesh Sinha Transmission Lines and Network and the JD Rider Networks Lines and Fields. Thank you very much.